Tyler Gould, that was an emotional episode.
Yeah,
We
Mike.
just spent some time. We just spent some time with your guy, great guy, Troy Blanchard. Talk to me about what you saw in Troy and what you're taking away from our time with him tonight.
I mean, what I've always loved about Troy from the time I first met him. He just has this energy about him that just draws people in. You know what I mean? Like you just feel like you want to know what's cooking because there's something going on, right? And
like Gary Miller said, right? There's something in that water.
There's something in that water, and the longer I've known him, the more I've got to know him, the more I realize that there's a depth there that I've really, I've learned from, and I really felt like, other people could enjoy hearing him.
Well, it's a proven depth.
Yeah.
Like he shares that trial, the blessings come after the trial of faith. Great lesson to read in a book. A little difficult to put into application and live. A little difficult to live for a day, let alone a week, couple months.
Yeah.
Right. You talk about, and then that concept of like, I'm going to choose to disrupt myself because I learned early on that disruption leads to growth.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's so crazy. Like, I love that conversation. I feel like I've got a lot of work to do in the department of embracing disruption. But I loved it. And the thing that I liked about the conversation with him about disruption is that not only did he just have some good talking points about the importance of disruption, he had some great examples of living disruption and coming out on the other side better for it. And boy, that was powerful. I mean, it was a great, there were some great moments where he talked about disruption, and then he connected the dots about how he had moments with the Spirit that allowed him to become better at embracing disruption.
And it doesn't matter what you do. If you're on your knees in the morning praying, and the question is, let me help somebody today.
Yeah.
You're going to do some good things. You're going to do some great things. And then he's just aware, he's paying attention, and he's aware of the pull.
Yeah.
He's doing this thing, and this thing is working out. It's meeting the needs of his family, but he feels this pull. And this pull is going to lead to a phenomenal pivot, he says. He talks about that. He's got hinge moments for days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge swinging hinge moments. And I think our listeners are going to dig that whole process, prayer, exploring, being okay with the adaptability that's needed.
Yeah. Mike, I can say this for all of our guests that we've had on Richest Men in Town. I've learned that when I'm hearing these things, I'm trying to put myself in their shoes so I can live that experience. So I kind of hope that tonight our guests are listening to this. There's probably going to be some elements of what Troy talks about that they can relate to. And hopefully they're putting themselves in Troy's shoes and seeing that on the other side of things, good things are coming.
Yeah, hold on your way, right? Even he says, like, hey, if you're barely holding on, hold on that way. And I loved some of the points that you made when we're talking to people that are struggling. It's like, awesome, you're struggling.
Yeah.
Right? There's some embers in there. You haven't given up.
Yeah, that's right.
We even talk about hurrying and margin and transitions, and like he comes out swinging from the opening bell, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it, and I think our guests are going to love it too. Just a couple of thoughts. If we're wondering what okay, so I'm going to spend a couple hours and I'm going to be listening. Troy, what do I take from it? You got anything you're taking from it?
Yeah, I got a lot of things I'm taking from it, right?
Careful with the family mottos.
Yeah. I'm taking on that. I got some work to do in that department, but I'll tell you, I love when he says you can be in any environment, be yourselves, be adaptable. I mean, to me, that idea of being adaptable and embracing the trial of your faith because something good's going to come. I could listen to that all day long. It's motivating, and I loved it.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk away with eyes to try to see the person that needs an encouraging word.
Love that.
And how great is it? I don't want to give stuff away. I don't give stuff away. But sometimes the encouraging word doesn't even have to be a word.
Just an arm around them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, love it. And in the end, we are in control, and life can present some amazing adventures that are open for your choice, open for your choosing. So to Troy, to Daphne, to Elder Call, to Bishop Underwood, to everybody that made this story worth listening to Tyler, thank you for introducing me to Troy. Like, I love what we're doing. And Troy, he's all about leading with humility. He gives a shout out to our guests from previous episodes for helping to light his torch, which is way cool. So enjoy Troy Blanchard on this week's episode of The Richest Man in Town.
Good idea, Ernie. A toast to my big brother George, the richest man in town.